Hey guys, darthwager here. So we're down in the bubble up to the money on this sit and go. This player here, E-Dub, has been giving me shit the whole game, trying to hustle me on the chat and run his mouth and get me down, which I think is a pretty big waste of time. I mean, if he realized that I'm a machine and that there's no way anything he says could possibly affect the way I play, but he seems to think it would for some reason. And now that I got 6K, when I was down to 1,000 he was running it, but now that I got 6, he's all, oh, nice rally, good job, and he's trying to be nice now. Typical little two-bit car salesman, wannabe hustler, trying to get me mad on there and then turn around and play nice when I got enough to hurt him. But anyway, back to the strategy part of the video. Right here we're in what looks like about 8 M zone here. Orange here, it's for a sit and go, it's actually a pretty good position to be in. I mean, as you can see, we're in third and chips. Top 5 at the money, the blinds are going up now, so I'm pretty confident that we're definitely going to make the money. Everybody's going to be taking advantage of players, which is I'm going to be too. Like if it's folded around to me, 7-2, I'm not going to play at all. But if I had a hand like King 9, King 10 better, I would definitely be, trying to pick up some blinds and aces there. These raggedy hands out of position. This is the hijack. We're definitely going to be folding anything like this from here, but if it was all folded around me in a hand like, Queen Jack suited or King Ace suited, Broadway cards, it's definitely maybe worth putting in a raise to about his range, 3x, 1800. If I want to fold it, if I don't plan on folding it more. King Queen, this is a playable hand against him, but I'm just going to fold it because we're on the bubble. I know they're playing tighter, and I should be raising with that, but I want to fold and hopefully induce action, because on the internet, people seem, when it's folded around to them, they always seem to want to raise or get involved when everything's folded around to them. So a good strategy when you sit and go split us, when you're in position, back position like this, is to fold, because you're folding entices bluffs out of them to steal the high blinds. See, he might not even have anything right here, but just the fact that he's in position and it was folded around to him, these internet players, they automatically assume that with any two they have to be raising there, and you could pick up action. You have to have nines, but by folding with the blinds are this high, you're actually enticing action out of people that are in position. This guy here is a dead rock. I mean, he's been, as you can see on this, he's only played 15%, of his hands, his VPIP, so 15 is all it is. I mean, the active players like me, I have a 21 because I'm a little more active. John Der's, he has a little bit higher. That basically means how much money they're voluntarily putting into the pot, meaning when they're not forced to, so that means the higher that number, the more active the player is. So when they're really low, if they're raising, you want to have a really strong hand, and if it's really high, you can widen your range against them, because they're actively involved in a lot more pots, so you know that you can open up your range accordingly to that. Here we're going to be probably check folding. I'm not going to get creative with this hand. We got enough to fold and wait for other people to go out. Hopefully this here can work out and someone going out. Yeah, here we go. Hopefully Toby Cool gets him. Let's see. No ace, no jack. He's got 6 outs. Ace, no jack. And we're in the money. We are in the money. Now what we have to focus on is, since we're profiting, we can widen our range a little bit, but not too much. We're going to still let these players play with each other. We got enough to sit around, and because all the money's in the top 2, so the more people go out, the more money we're going to make. So obviously we don't have to get too crazy. I mean, the blinds are going to be going up to 806 minutes, so we've got enough time, averaging 3-4 hands a minute. If these guys don't stall at all to make the blinds go up on me, which he's already done once, this cat here, because for some reason me and him, I don't know, we've got a tiffy. I got a feeling it's probably going to come down to me and him, and if it does, I hope I win so I can rub it in, which I won't do. I'll rub it in my head. I'm more professional than that, than rub it in on a stupid chat box, but I would just say ha to myself. So yeah, I'll be back when I get a hand. I want to keep this video under 10 minutes, which I doubt. Since the blinds are so high, I want to play this hand. I'm going to opt to just see a flop and get away from it. If someone shoves right here, or this is a perfect flop to hit a monster. Let's just hope this works, because I gotta pay a blind next round. And we got top pair with a flush draw, so that's our monster. And right here we're gonna bet 1,000 to make it look like we could be possibly stealing, because the pot's 2,600. We want to call, we want to raise, we want anything. Because if for some weird reason we're beat with a 10 and a higher kicker, we got outs to counter it. So we're just gonna get it in here. She might have me. I got chips left over if she don't. I got outs if she calls. So taking this long, I have to assume we have the best hand. I'm gonna show her. I like the way she's been playing, so I'm gonna show her what I have. So now we're in good contention. We can definitely relax now. Let these two short stacks get out. In two hands, she's going to put in a third of her stack, so a little less than a third. Well, more than a third, I should say. So yeah, now the strategy is just, chilling, sitting back. We're going to be a little more active now since we have the chips to be. We're not going to be giving up. Like, if I had 2,000, I would probably want to complete there, but, now that I got some chips, I can make some moves. This top pair is probably good here. E-Dub might get involved. He's got chips and we got a little personal thing going on. He could have a 7 and me out kicked or a club draw. 4-5. He folds. And I'm not going to show him. I'm going to let him wonder. So now we're stacking up. This is good. The blinds are high and we can use our chips to stack up, which is what we're going to do. I'm going to raise to 12 here to hopefully get her to fold. Maybe she's just trying to move up one more place. If she re-shoves, then we're totally in the range of calling. So, showing that last hand to her paid off. She put me tighter than I am. So yeah, now we're just going to stack up. We're going to focus on bullying these guys around the short stacks. Like, we're going to be active on the next hand with anything 10-jack or better. We're probably going to be raising JR, wanting to get him to fold. He's waiting for her to go out, you see. He's thinking in his head, well, if she goes out, I make more money, so I'm just going to wait for her to go out before I get active, which is a good chance that's what he's thinking. So as long as she's still in with that short stack, if he's making moves, he's probably got a hand. You have to try to put yourself in the other player's position. Here, he just got fucked, but hopefully he calls. I hope he doesn't dump it to her. Oh, he dumped it to her. That was smart. So yeah, what I just said was that was smart, betting with a hand there that you can't call a raise with them odds with. That was pretty fishy because he's been commenting on people's plays all night. That was a perfect spot to bet there, but if they check twice, I'm definitely going to bet. I have to try to get this pot while I can. And he's short, so he probably won't call unless he's got a good hand like kings or tens. A reshove, we got to fold. Give him credit, but I think this is a good little spot to show that bluff. Now that I'm dominating. He's probably going to get out of our way and let us try to. No, he's going to get active. Now we have a 9 high flush draw, nothing special. We want to keep picking up pots here, so I'm going to bet out 600. If they got something they can call me with a raise. This ain't looking too good here. Maybe now we got a flush. Let's just keep this pot as small as we can. I think we got him. Yep. It's the safe thing to do is just check, because if we bet, we can risk it and re-raise, and then we've got to fold, because we're so deep. He only had a pair of aces, so he's not calling with a 4-card straight anyway, so we want to get no more value. And if he decides to get creative and raise, we got to fold. So what are we going to do? Toby here, he's a tag. He's a good player, so I probably should tag him. I'll mark him average because I don't remember too many hands. I'll check the histories after, tag all my players on the replayer. I like to focus on the game as much as possible when I'm playing, but I'll be back when there's something interesting. Try to save the footage. Alright, so you can tune in for part 2. 10 minutes is up.
You're right.